Hey guys, so on our animal report, on our notes that we're taking today, yesterday we worked on the appearance of the animal, its habitat, and its diet. And I went back and added a couple things I want to make sure that you guys add. I added that my animal, my duck-billed platypus, is a mammal. So please make sure that you tell me what kind of animal it is, whether it's a reptile, an amphibian, an insect, a bird, a fish, or a mammal, okay? I also went back and I looked at what my animal ate. It eats other animals, so that makes it a carnivore, okay? They're carnivores, so make sure you have that. On your habitat, guys, make sure you're telling me what kind of home it lives in, not just where it lives, but the kind of home it makes, okay? If it sleeps on a leaf, make sure you tell me that. All right, so for today, we're working on the predators, the life cycle, and our other interesting facts. So let me get my notes out, and I want to skim and look for what enemies does the animal have, or what predators does it have, and then how does the animal protect itself, okay? So I found on that Kittle.co, it actually sent me to a page and it talked about the predators. So right here it tells me platypuses, tells me about how long they live, so that's going to be under the life cycle. Their natural predators include snakes, water rats, hawks, owls, eagles, and sometimes crocodiles. So I'm going to add all of those down there. I'm going to say enemies, and I will go back and I will make sure that I add all of those animals that are enemies, okay? And I'm going to talk about how it protects itself, all right? How it protects itself. Now, I know earlier we talked about how the male platypus has two spurs on their paws and that it releases a toxic venom. All right, and when I kept reading this, it also told me that the platypus would rather run than fight. So that's actually how it protects itself. The males, I'm going to talk about the males, have venomous spurs on their paws, on back paws. And another way to protect itself, it runs away. Okay? So I have its enemies. I'll finish the enemies and then the different ways the male uses the venom on its spurs, probably if it gets grabbed, and most of the time it runs away. It probably swims away. Okay? And then the life cycle, it talks about the stages of the animal's life cycle. So I want you guys to just really describe the life cycle. I want you to think about whether it gives live birth or whether if it gives live birth or if it lays eggs. And the platypus is a really cool animal, and I put that in as an interesting fact that even though it's a mammal, and we learned that mammals give live birth, the platypus is one of two mammals in the whole world that actually lays eggs. Okay, and I can tell you right here, I got some information. Platypus lays 1 or 2 eggs, and it takes 10 days for them to hatch. Okay, so the mother lays 1 or 2 eggs, 10 days to hatch. And then I want to talk about what it's like when it's a baby, okay? I know this is blurry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my camera. It's really off today. Baby platypuses stay in the nursery for the first 3 or 4 months. They're very tiny, naked, meaning they don't have any fur, and they're blind. They kind of look like a little gummy bear. So I'm going to add all those facts about the babies. All right. Babies, tiny, no fur, blind. They stay in the burrow for 3 or 4 months, and they drink their mother's milk. All of those, that lets me know, drinking the mother's milk, that it's definitely a mammal, even though it comes from an egg. All right, and then the other thing I want to talk about is how long it lives. Okay, how long it lives. And I saw that on this same page. Platypuses live for about 12 years. All right, and then another page told me they live for about 10 years. So I'm going to put both of those. I'm going to say live 10 to 12 years in the wild. All right. So I'll go in and fill out the rest of this information later so that you guys aren't sitting here having to watch me. And then other interesting facts. These are things that you didn't know about your animal that you were like, wow, that's really cool, or something that you think might want to that you might want to share with someone when we share our reports, because we're going to be sharing the interesting facts page. We're going to be reading those to each other, getting some facts about our animals and reading those to each other. Okay, so I learned, and that was what I was telling you, is that they're that they are one of only 2 mammals in the world to lay eggs. All right. So I thought that was a pretty cool, interesting fact about them. Mammal that lays eggs, because every other mammal other than the platypus, and then the other one is called the echidnas, I think. Echidnas. I can't pronounce it, but I'll have to look it up for you guys. But platypuses are one of the only mammals that lays eggs. So it's a mammal that lays eggs. That's an interesting fact, okay? So find some really cool facts about your animal and write them down, things that could make people go, wow, that's pretty neat, okay? All right, so wrap this up today, and then tomorrow we'll take these notes and we're going to start talking about that big idea and how to put these notes into words. Okay, guys? All right, I'll catch you later.